Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs, and welcome to this Lightroom Quick Start course. So the version I'm using is Lightroom CC. It was released in 2015. It's been updated if you're a Creative Cloud member, but most of the things I'm going to show you are still valid since Lightroom 4. And as Adobe, releases new things, well, there might be some changes, but the philosophy stays the same. So here I am. I have an empty catalog that I called Lightroom Quick Start 2017. It's got no photos at all. So if you go to the library module, you see how Lightroom is breakdown in different workflows. So you got library first, where you put in your photos, and then you develop them, and then you can do different things. In this quick start, we're going to mostly look at how to import photos, how to retouch them, and how to export them. We're not going to go into the map or book or print or web. If you really want to go into all what Lightroom has to offer, I advise you to go to my website photosearch.com and look for the Lightroom CC Complete training, where I really go into all the modules and everything that Lightroom has to offer. Okay, so let's go back. So here we are. The idea is to be quick. I want you to be up and running in no time with Lightroom. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import some photos. So in my Mac, I have an SD card that's already plugged in. So I'm going to click here, File, Import Photo and Video. I'm going to click on that, and that's going to open this new window. On your left, mesdames et messieurs, you got all the different source. What I'm looking for is that's my internal drive. That's my Drobo, where I have all of my, where I work with all my photos. And SD card is where I'm going to go and get the photos from. So I'm going to click on SD card, and boom, it shows all the photos that's on this SD card. And that's the photos we're going to be working with. I'm actually going to give you these photos so you can play around with it. So we're going to do a regular retouching, we're going to do an HDR, and we're going to do a panorama. Okay, so then you have to take a decision. You've got four different, actually you only got really, you can add the photo, which I don't want to do it because that would mean that I'm not moving the photo, I'm leaving them on the card. What I want to do is I want to copy them as DNG. Now, why do I want to copy, and what does DNG mean? DNG stands for digital negative. What it is basically a RAW version that is kind of smaller than the RAW version you have. So if you shoot Sony, you're going to have ARW files. If you shoot Canon, you're going to have CR2 files. If you shoot Nikon, you're going to have NEF files. These are RAW files that were created by each brand. By going DNG as you import, you not only put them into a standard that is where you're guaranteed that in 20 years, your photo will still, be able to be opened by any software because DNG has kind of become the standard, but also you will have about 20% less space on your hard drive. So in the long run, it's kind of cool. But you see these photos were already DNGs because I already had imported them and exported them. So there should be ARW file because they were all shot by a Sony A7R II, but fine. For the sake of this training, we're going to say, so copy as DNG. Copy is just going to keep them as what they are. So if they were CR2 files, they're going to stay as CR2 files, and move is going to take them out from that location and put them into another location. You don't necessarily want to do that. It doesn't always work, by the way, because it's funny that this time it's working. Because sometimes this option only works when you are going from like one hard drive to another, but not from an SD card to another. So let's just make it simple. Copy as DNG. Now, where are we going to put our photos? I don't want them to stay on my SD card. I want them somewhere on my hard drive. So I'm going to click here. And actually here, you see there is like a little arrow. It says 2. And I can click on that. And I've got different options. I'm going to go to Other Destination. And I'm going to go onto my Drobo. And I'm going to go on to, I'm going to create a new folder that I'm going to call Lightroom Quick Start Photos. Okay, this is just a temporary folder I'm using just for this training. And I'm going to click Choose. So now I'm going to take from my SD card here. Okay, I'm going to convert them as DNG as I put them where? To my Drobo Lightroom Quick Start. And all I have to do now is click Import. And that's going to physically copy the photos into this catalog and on my hard drive. So I'm ready to go and I'm ready to retouch them. Now, if you look at it here, we are in a library module, which is the first module. And here it says, all photograph, there is 8 photos, and previous import is 8, which is here. And you can see here, folder, we can see my Drobo, and it's got that subfolder I created called Lightroom Quick Start Photos. So here we are, and we are ready to do our retouching and, start playing around with this photo in the next video.